Today we're going to be talking about two things, a sprint and a marathon. What is a sprint? A sprint is basically having a short distance to run really fast. And a marathon is longer distance, but at a moderate speed, right? Not slow, just moderate versus a speed where it's shorter distance and really fast. Now, the key principle that I'm trying to bring out here is examining your life to determine whether or not you should be running really fast or whether you should be running at a moderate speed. So pacing yourself, right? Not running so fast at one point and then running really slow and then running really fast and then running really slow. No, pacing yourself to run at a moderate speed. Why? First thing, so if you start running too fast when you're doing a marathon, halfway through, you burn out, you don't have energy to finish it. So you're not successful, right? But essentially, I wanted to examine your life, determine what season you're in. Am I in the season where I should be running a marathon? Or am I in the season where I should be running a sprint? And now, this season, I don't mean it's not going to be general for every aspect of your life. For some project and for some things, they're marathons. And for other projects, they're sprints. If you have assignments that are due in 2 weeks, I'm just using school as an example, is that a marathon or is that a sprint? Determine that for yourself. For me, that could be a marathon, but for you, that could be a sprint. If, for example, I have a 1 year goal to achieve, I'm trying to lose a certain amount of weight. For me, that could be a marathon. For you, that could be a sprint. But personally, I think it's a marathon. If I'm going to lose a lot of weight in a longer time, I'll consider it a marathon. And you want to have a consistent pattern, consistent weight loss over that period of time. Say I have 5 months to lose 50 pounds. I want to consistently try to lose maybe 10 pounds, a consistent amount over those 5 months in order to achieve my goal. But I don't want to in the first 3 months be losing 1 pound, 2 pound, and then when there's 1 month left to the end of my goal, I'm rushing like, oh, what's going on? I only have 1 month left and I have 30 pounds to lose, or I only have 1 month left and I have 40 pounds to lose, and then you're stressing out and you're rushing, and you're probably going to do unorthodox methods just so you can lose the weight, and it's going to be unhealthy for you. It's going to be stressful for you. So basically, let's try to know the times in this season. The Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes 3, verse 1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. So know what season you're in for every part of your life. For school, know what season you're in. For work, know what season you're in. The race of salvation. If you have given your life to Christ, you know that the race of salvation is not a sprint. In the beginning, when you give your life to Christ, you're thinking, oh, you're excited. You're thinking it's a sprint, but it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, because you cannot say, I'm going to be good for the next 2, 3 months, and then you stop being good. Trust me, because after those 3 months, if you stop being good and you start doing the wrong things, and then Jesus comes, he's not going to look at all the times you were doing good. He's going to look at the state of your heart at the time that he comes. So you want to be running a marathon with the race of salvation. You want to try to consistently walk in the ways of the Lord, consistently do the best that you can, always reconciling each day, every week, consistently trying to make sure you're in a good place with God every single day, because you don't know if he's going to come today or if he's going to come tomorrow. He might come in a year, he might come in 2 years, he might come in 10 years. You don't know that. So the race of salvation is definitely a marathon. For the other parts of your life, you're the one to determine that. But my best advice to you is seek the Lord in prayer and ask him for every single thing that you plan to do, if it's a sprint or a marathon, so you can properly allocate your time, properly allocate your energy, and properly manage your resources as well. All this comes down to what? It doesn't matter if you're running a sprint or a marathon. What matters is whether or not you're doing it at the right time. You don't want to be like the person at the pool of Bethesda when the angel comes and stirs the water. And you don't want to be that person that takes their time to go enter the water. You're going to miss the blessing. You want to be that person that sprints to the pool of Bethesda to touch that water right after the angel stirs it. That story is in the book of John, chapter 5, verse 1 to 9, if you need to go and read it to understand. But essentially, the angel comes down, stirs the water, and whoever comes in first gets their miracle. You want to be the person that comes in first. You don't want to be the person that slags and doesn't get their miracle. Because guess what? It's going to take a whole other season. Let's say, for example, another year for that angel to come again. You do not want to be that person. So you want to be that person sprinting to go get your miracle. And that's the energy. You want to have differentiate when you need to sprint and when you need to just jog. you know, that's all I have for you today. Are you sprinting or are you running? You can be doing both, but for different things. You might be sprinting on one project, you might be doing a marathon on another project. Perfectly okay. Just remember that you want to be sprinting at the right time and you want to be running a marathon at the right time. You don't want to be sprinting when you should be doing a marathon. And you certainly do not want to be doing a marathon when you should be sprinting. Stay blessed. Until next time, Random Living with Ella.